Since the internet has come into popular use, it has substantially altered our lives. The world has become more virtual. We have phones with HD cameras in our pockets, the ability to contact anyone in the world, whenever we want. However, there are drawbacks. It's not unusual to see people walking around 24/7 with headphones in their ears, people staring down at their phones while crossing the streets. Which begs the question, how much of that alteration is too much? At what point do those effects of our virtual world stray into the realm of detriments? Barry Wellman is a sociologist and the director of NetLab at the University of Toronto, and he's been studying the role of social networks and technology for decades. He thinks there's no need to fear that we are becoming less social because of our devices. Dr. Wellman says rather than isolating users in a virtual world, the internet extends community in the real world and connects people through individualized and flexible social networks rather than fixed and grounded groups. It's easy to say that technology does not replace traditional offline forms of contact when you're still connected. You can't take it at face value. Sometimes the best trial is in practice. Paul Miller, an American technology journalist, decided to take a year offline to see how his communication changed.
I just came out of sync with my social circle. I wasn't in on the jokes, and I didn't know the lingo, and I hadn't seen the same movies. And that was really tough.
There is now a virtual internet culture, not only within closed circles of communication, as Paul Miller points out, but within virtual communities, as Dr. Wellman does. Memes, internet subculture, and virality has permeated into our daily lives. Now, personal communication happens sometimes solely on the internet, or through virtual channels like DMs, group chats, or messenger apps. There are drawbacks from such volume of communication. When Paul Miller came back online,
and my sister came in, and she wanted to talk about her day, and I was listening and kind of, but I also was thinking about what was going on in my inbox, and I kind of started to open my laptop a little more and kind of nod along to what she was saying, and she said, "Well, the wall is back up."
Although the internet increases the amount of communication that a person has, it also means that people can prioritize virtual communication higher than face-to-face communication. Oftentimes, responding to that text or email can be more important in the moment. Ultimately, Paul Miller found his conversations, his communication, was deeper without the internet. But he had a larger volume with it. Stefana Broadbent, a researcher, argues that virtual channels allow us to communicate better, especially in circumstances that are constricted, such as people living in different time zones and being across the world.
They've lived in Italy for a number of years. They Skype with their families a few times a week. But once a fortnight, they actually put the computer on their dining table, pull out the webcam, and actually have dinner with their family in Sao Paulo, and they have a big event of it.
The internet allows people who might otherwise not have the ability to such close communication to have that in their lives. It's one thing to be on a phone call with someone, it's another thing to see their face and be able to show them your day, be able to have a dinner with them. Skype's entire business was built on this idea that you could contact anyone in the world at any time through the internet. So, although the internet and virtual communication has somewhat watered down our quality of it, it has increased the amount of communication, the ability to, and the people with whom we communicate.